The essays are written, mom and dad have signed the checks, maybe. Your college applications are done. Now what? Well, Billy Downing owns a company that specializes in strategic college counseling. And so this is basically, Billy, this is what you do, is you advise kids and parents on how to get into college. So I remember sending off those applications and I sat back and I was like, whew, that was easy. Now I'll just wait. But you can't get away with that anymore.
That's right. The game's really changed. And so we work so hard to get the applications in, and we work so hard to get the paperwork done. And then we all kind of sit back and wait. And so kids do need to be proactive in this last semester before they hear back.
And the first thing you're talking about is being good on the follow-up and making sure that schools have gotten all of your information. Does that mean calling, emailing?
Most of the schools have online accounts now that you can actually go on and check the status of your application. But yeah, calling them, emailing them, meeting with your counselor at school, just making sure that all the documentation from transcripts to mid-year grades, which are the first semester grades, that they're all been received and that your file's complete.
And number two is applying for scholarships and then submitting the FAFSA. And there are a lot of people who, because there are so many things available online, really get this stuff mixed up.
That's right.
And the deadlines are important.
Yeah, March 2nd is the deadline for the FAFSA for the federal government to see if we can get free money based on how much mom and dad make. There's a ton of other scholarships out there through fastweb.com and also the universities. So be proactive in submitting those. Don't wait to the last minute. Financial aid is generally doled out in large sums at the beginning, and as you wait to the longer part of the deadline, less money is available.
Because it is so competitive and so many kids are applying, many more schools are relying on alumni interviews. Number three is prepare for those alumni interviews. How do you do that? Well,
I think a lot of the ways is sit with your counselor at school, sit with your parents, do a mock interview, figure out why is it that I really want to go to this school and what's my connection to that school, and try and articulate those reasons to the interviewer.
Number four is visit the colleges, and I've always been a big fan of if there's something you want, show up.
Well, the colleges are very concerned with their yield now, so if they accept you, are you going to come? And so by visiting the college and getting to know it a little bit better and potentially building a relationship with some of the admissions counselors, you're showing a demonstrated interest, and a lot of the schools, especially the private schools, are very interested in that now.
And so being really just straight that if you pick me, I will come.
Absolutely. If it's your number one choice, make it that point.
Number five, and this is the hardest one, I think, for kids in their senior year of high school, is resist the senioritis.
Everybody's got senioritis. Everybody wants to take a break or drop a class or skip class, and the reality is that, especially if you get deferred or waitlisted, they're going to be looking at the second semester grade. So kids, unfortunately, especially those seniors, they got to work all the way to the end, all the way through June.
And if you've made a big improvement in grades, I guess that goes along with making sure the schools know how well you're doing.
Absolutely.
Heading in. All right, those are great tips. If you'd like to learn more, there is a seminar that's going on tonight. It's called Getting Accepted into Your Top Choice School and How to Pay for It. Billy's hosting it, and kcra 3 money expert Kelly Brothers will be there too. It's going to start at 7 p.m. at the Serrano Country Club in El Dorado Hills, and you'll get more information at kcra.com/morningnews. So coming up at 8, Billy's going to be back. He will talk about how your teens can actually be better freshmen. 5 skills to make sure they have before they head out the door and don't have to call you in the fall with all the issues.
That's right.